Welcome back to the show. You're going to love this one. President-elect Donald Trump says they're going to make crypto a national issue. This is remarkable, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. Real quick, if you have not gotten your ticket, February 18th, you see it right there, I'm telling you, February 18th, 2025 at the San Jose headquarters. It's linked to AI Innovation Conference. It's going to be amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Find out about everything that is getting ready to be disrupted from all of these incredible people, from Tim Draper to Robert O'Connell to Lorenzo Theone. You got so many here. This is remarkable. You do not want to miss this. Bill Saris, co-founder of Link, who's there. Joe Endoso, the president. Do not mess around, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be remarkable. I'm telling you, AI is going to disrupt so many different areas of our life, and we need to know so we can invest in it. Why would we not want to invest in it? Listen, I'm so excited about AI, and especially the combination of how AI and crypto can work together. I'm going to be at this thing. James Rule XRP is going to be at this thing. The GOAT digital asset investor is going to be at this thing. So get your ticket. There's limited seating, and honestly, there's only a couple handfuls of tickets left. You're going to want to be at this thing. The next ride, the next wave of investments, I think is going to involve AI largely, and it already has to a great degree, but there's a lot left to run with AI. You can bet on that. Make sure you get your ticket, link underneath the video. Let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. $3.76 trillion market cap for crypto. The market's up 1%. Right now, Bitcoin back over 100,000, 102,600 plus. Ethereum woke up. It's 3,400 right now. XRP still at the number 3 spot. It's 325 right now, and we're off 1.7 on the 24, but hold on. We're still up 40.8% on the 7-day with 187 billion plus market cap. Come on in. Yeah, we're just about halfway to taking Ethereum. Yeah, it's going to happen. 318 on the bottom to 339. We've held strong like bull overnight. Yes, I want to thank the South Korean XRP community, Japan, and everybody else that was buying while we were sleeping to keep this price where it needed to be. We absolutely love it. I'm so excited, and you will be too. Look at this. We're off to a good start, ladies and gentlemen. 2025 is shaping up to be a great year for crypto. As you see, Senator Kristen Gillibrand meeting with Paul Atkins, the SEC appointee, to discuss the need for clear crypto regulations and protect consumers and enable innovation. We're finally getting it. And boy, are you going to love this. Presidential announces adoption of cryptocurrency acquisition policy and plans to purchase XRP and XLM. This is a company out of Calgary in Alberta. And we have seen this of recent, where companies are now reaching out. Remember, there was a small truck company, or I believe it was, that started putting XRP and Bitcoin on their balance sheets. And this is happening again now. And I believe, certainly once we start seeing real clear legislation, this is going to happen en masse all around the world with companies. Crypto on the balance sheet. And this is the one and only Matt Hogan from Bitwise right here. Oh, you're going to love this clip. Survey says 56% of advisors are more likely to invest in crypto post-election. Yeah, I'm loving that. And you know what? So are financial advisors, because they've been really upset the last decade plus watching all of their clients go get crypto and they can't get a piece of it to sell it to them. But soon they can.
The top of this report that we're talking about, 56% of financial advisors say they're more likely to invest in crypto this year, thanks to the election. So what is the calculus there?
Yeah, it's an absolute game changer. You know, we've been running this survey for 7 years, and for the past 6 years, we've asked advisors, what's preventing them from allocating to crypto? And you might think, it's how do I value this asset? Or it's too volatile for my portfolio, or I just don't understand it. But for 6 consistent years, the number one barrier they cited was regulatory risk and regulatory uncertainty. Well, the election tore down this wall. And I think as a result, we're going to see a flood of financial advisors, a flood of family offices, and eventually a flood of institutions moving into this space. It was a complete game changer for the industry, and I don't think we're going to go back.
I think Matt's got it right on the money right there. Shout out to him. And look at this. Speaking of ETFs, Polymarket says that their users predict a 70% chance of an XRP ETF will be approved this year in 25. I love that. Loving that. Brad Garlinghouse just recently at a new conference in Switzerland. He says, my first time, but certainly not my last at CFC Moritz. He says here, joined with the CEO of Binance and others on stage to discuss the path to 1 billion crypto users. With the largest capital markets finally embracing crypto and talk of a crypto strategic reserves, exclamation point he puts here, and I suspect rather imminent U.S. regulatory clarity, a step function change in adoption is closer than you think. Have you ever heard Brad Garlinghouse so bullish in your life? This is amazing. Shout out to you, Brad. In response to the U.S. market's influence on the global crypto industry, the CEO of Binance argued that the U.S. is not the only market, emphasizing Binance's strong global presence. Further, Brad Garlinghouse noted that while most of Ripple's customers are non-U.S., recent U.S. interest has grown post-election, highlighting how pro-crypto policies in the U.S. create ripple effects worldwide. Love that, pun intended. And this here, I told you you're going to love this video. U.S. President-elect Trump to designate cryptocurrency as a national priority. Oh, let's get into this. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, ladies and gentlemen. President Trump plans to make cryptocurrency a national priority policy upon his inauguration, according to a Bloomberg report. The incoming administration also plans on creating a crypto advisory council, which we knew, giving industry leaders a voice within his administration. Now, on that crypto advisory council, I'd like to see Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson be a part of that. I'd also like to see Perry Ann Boring from the Digital Chamber be a part of that if she so chooses. The incoming president has been a strong supporter of the crypto industry since his campaign, and experts in the industry expect that to continue upon his inauguration. Many experts expect Trump to issue executive orders on the first day of his presidency that may address issues relating to cryptocurrency. Among these issues include debanking, Choke Point 2.0, and the repeal of the controversial crypto accounting policy, SAB 121, requiring banks holding digital assets to count them as liabilities on the bank's own balance sheet. Now listen to this. Trump's plan to make crypto sector a national priority is the most explicit sign yet that he sees the industry as a crucial to the U.S. economy. I've told you this is going to be an economic pillar. Still under discussion for inclusion, the executive order is a directive for all government agencies to review policies about digital assets and possibly pause any litigation involving crypto. How about that one? Another big part of the order may be the establishment of a Bitcoin reserve. Donald Trump is supportive of establishing this reserve, which sees Bitcoin to give the country an alternative way to pay off debt. The Bitcoin Policy Institute had already drafted an order to make Bitcoin a strategic reserve asset. It would require $21 billion in investment over 1 year. The U.S. government currently holds nearly $20 billion worth of Bitcoin, confiscated as a part of various investigations, according to analytics company Arkham. It says here, Bitcoin has rallied 44%, nearly $100,000 since the November election, in part on hopes that such a stockpile would be created. Now, he says here, President Trump delivered on his promise to encourage American leadership in crypto, stated Trump transition team spokesperson Brian Hughes. Furthermore, beside Bitcoin, President-elect is reportedly open to creating America First strategic reserve for cryptocurrencies like Solana and XRP, according to the report from New York Post. The news will likely spur cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Solana, XRP, and altcoins to surge further in the coming days. We know that is possible too, but I think it's the smart move. Listen to this. This is Steve Bissent, and we're going to get back to this conversation because this is a remarkable conversation. And here we are 3 days away from the inauguration. This is the appointee, Steve Bissent, to the U.S. Treasury for Trump's team, and listen to what he says.
On CBDCs, I see no reason for the U.S. to have a central bank digital currency. And
I already like this guy. I already like him. And you're going to like him even more now. Now, remember, I just showed you how they're talking about making national crypto sector, the crypto sector. Trump plans to make the crypto sector, not Bitcoin, the crypto sector, a national priority. Now, Bitcoin maxis won't like that, but it is the smarter move. And I hold a significant position in Bitcoin. But the point is here is that you're talking about the news will likely spur cryptocurrencies like that, Bitcoin, Solana, and XRP, to get some favor and surge in the next few days. We know this, right? We do know this. But the point of stretching out to a broader basket just makes sense. Now, I want you to listen to the same gentleman, appointee to U.S. Treasury, Steve Bissent, again, talking about the fact that I think we're in the midst of a global economic reordering. Listen.
I used to teach economic history at Yale, and I think we're at a very important moment. I think that we're on the brink of a lot of things. The China relationship, I think we're in the midst of kind of a global economic reordering, and I would like to have a voice in that, either from the outside or the inside.
A global economic reordering. Boy, my brother from another mother right here, Bank XRP. It's happening, Brad. Yes, it is. And they did mention the 1871 Constitution. We'll get into that on another time. But right now, let's stay with this because we're over the target. Trump is considering a more broad-based basket of crypto reserves, and I think that's the right way to go. And if he does, I've talked for years on this channel about FSOC, baby, the Financial Stability Oversight Council, which is made up of all the prudential regulators and market regulators combined to come up with FSOC. And we know what? FSOC was created to deem things systemically important, whether they be a financial market utility or whether they be a financial market infrastructure. Like RippleNet and the Ledger. How you going to have these assets be a part of a national strategic reserve and they not be systemically important, ladies and gentlemen? That dog don't hunt. You know how I know that? Because gold and oil are reserves for the U.S. government to help back the U.S. dollar. And guess what? They're global reserve. They're systemically important. Yes, both gold and oil are systemically important by the U.S. government. And then it says here, the bottom line of each one, it provides a form of financial security and confidence and stability to the U.S. dollar. The pricing of oil in U.S. dollars also helps maintain the dollar status as the world's primary reserve currency. It makes sense. Especially when you understand that the petrodollar is beholden to the other countries using U.S. dollars exclusively when buying and selling oil. You put the proper basket of crypto assets as a strategic reserve, and you won't need to do this and rely on this to underpin the U.S. dollar anymore. I believe that is the goal. The U.S. has already been down the road of backing U.S. dollar and U.S. government with one asset, gold. This just makes sense to make it a basket of crypto reserves. I think Wolf of Wall Street has got it right. There's going to be a lot of people getting very ugly soon because they want it to be just Bitcoin. Donald Trump has said here, they're talking about prioritizing all of this with strategic reserve for crypto, broadening the basket. Again, an insider spoke on the condition of anonymity, sharing concerns that it could delegitimize efforts to promote Bitcoin, which is the asset they want to prioritize. But that's a problem with the anonymity. Everybody wants to act like they don't know who Satoshi is, but we know that they do. So you either reveal him and the four of them so we can move forward with this, or don't. But the other thing is, it's like if you reveal it and we find out it's from the U.S., you might do away with cap gains. Who wouldn't want to do away with cap gains? The other problem to this is Bitcoin's been out here for a long time. And because you have these pseudonymous addresses, they don't know who really holds it. If you make Bitcoin a strategic reserve, what happens when you find out that, oh, we're blowing up Bitcoin so we can pay off the debt? But I didn't realize that two of the biggest whales were Russia and China, and maybe even North Korea, a third one. Now, what good would that do? Right? So there's still some things to sort out here. Meanwhile, Egrad Crypto says here, all charts, including the one below, indicate that $3.80 and $4 range is a significant resistance level. This coincides with the wave 4 corrective wave highlighted in blue. He says the entire wave count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 represent just wave 1 or a larger wave 3. Everything is aligning perfectly. He says stay steady and strong. He said, I'm not suggesting you sell everything, but consider recovering your initial capital to ease your stress. Remember, markets fluctuate even with XRP. Keep a moon bag for your future generations or rotate from other coins, but focus on making money. You'll understand this sentiment during the next bear market. No doubt about that. And here you see where it's at, and you see the blue that he has here, so you can see that as well. So this is remarkable. And this is the blue line right here, the supply zone. This is where we're running into that resistance he was talking about here. That's that channel. When we get above that, we're back into price discovery of XRP because we've never been above it before. And that'll be interesting because no one holding it will be upside down either. How remarkable will that be? And what will happen then? And well, at that time, will we have already found out just how important crypto will be as a national priority? Ali says here, XRP is broken out of a symmetrical triangle on the monthly chart, indicating a potential upside target of $15. Excuse me. Going into the Freedom Zone. Oh, you're going to want to join us today. Today's an inspirational thing you're going to want to see. And I really do get this, and boy, have I lived it. And I'm sure I will see more of it in my life before it's over. I hope you'll join us, digperspectives.com. Click the Freedom Zone. Come on in, next to nothing. Great way to support the channel. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. It's just our digital perspectives. Come on in. All right, welcome back. Let's